Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, it's your Pontiff, Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3 guys. Today guys, I am doing paid review 21 QB 45. There we go guys, quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Rolex Submariner date. This is the new 41 mil. This is for Andrex. Let's jump straight in. Dear Archie, how are you doing these tough times? I hope all is well with you and your family. I sent you $50 via PayPal and I'm seeking your advice. I'm 37 years old from Los Angeles, California, and the owner of 2 restaurants. I'm happily divorced with 6 kids, and I am now facing a first world problem with my collection. My first piece was a Lange 1 moon phase caliber L121.3, purchased in late 2018 for $33,000 in unworn condition and liquidated by a local watch dealer that is now out of business. This was my very first luxury piece and brings memories from the hard times I had to endure during that period of my life. I will never part with it or sell it. The next piece is a Rolex GMT Master 2 Root Beer 126711CHNR. A recent acquisition in 2020. I purchased it at a premium price of $20,000 and I wear it and enjoy it almost every day. The GMT function is very useful for communicating with family and friends in different time zones. I want to keep my collection very small and preferably a max of 3 pieces, but I have a hard time deciding on how to acquire my third and last exit piece. I'm considering a stainless steel watch in the upper tier of horology. For a long while, I've been lusting for a stainless steel Patek, but in recent times prices have risen ridiculous premiums. Luckily, outdoor dining and taking out during this pandemic has been very good for business, and my budget is around $50,000 without tapping into my kids' college funds. But right now, I had enough saved for a Norless or an Aquanaut dual time. Prices jumped in such a short time. I've been considering the Rolex to stretch my budget and pulling the trigger on a more modern Aquanaut dual time in stainless steel. I feel the price will spike again as time goes by. I'm panicked about stainless steel Pateks reaching unobtainable prices and figures that I grab one now and return back into Rolex down the road. I do enjoy my root beer a lot, but I have this fear of missing out on a piece I've always wanted. Should I just find another brand to warm up to, or should I keep chasing Rolex? Or should I keep chasing the Patek? Let me know what you think and what I should do. I'm looking forward to your advice, Andrex. Thank you so much, Andrex, for coming to the Pontiff. And he sent me a beautiful photo. My God! My God, the Lange is gorgeous, and so is the root beer. Okay, so what would I do? What would I do? Okie dokie. I'm going to link to an article. I'm going to link it down below. It's an article on advice here. Now, I got to tell you, what's my advice for you? Let me tell you something I read. It was over 10 years ago, and I think it holds to your collection. What do you need in watches? 3-piece collection. What do you need? You know what you need? you need a Viking amazing precious metal watch. That could be a Patek Calatrava. It could be a Lange. You need a Viking amazing special occasion watch, and you need some usable watches. 2 usable watches to go with, to get life done. To get life done. And I gotta tell you, my own experience here. You know what? I actually chased Patek. I didn't go for an Aquanaut or a Nautilus. I went for the precious metal Pateks. And I sold Rolex. And you know, Rolex was so hard to get back into. Now, my advice to you is simple. You got 50,000 budget. Let's be totally honest there. You're in the restaurant business. You know, the restaurant business is extremely volatile. It can be very, very volatile. Don't ever think the business can go forever, because when you start thinking it's going to go forever, it's going to be a money pit, money making machine, that's when it goes bad. So my advice to you, I tell you what, my advice to you, instead of spending $50,000 on a Patek, I think those precious metal Pateks are beautiful. Are they worth the premium? Probably not. Is anything worth the premium? Probably not. Is a Rolex Daytona worth the premium? Probably not. But my advice to you, considering that you're a restaurateur in a very volatile sort of business, my advice to you would be to get a steel Rolex. What would I get? What would I get if I were you? Looking at your collection. So you've got, is that white? I think that's white gold. It doesn't say what your Lange is. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. You've got a precious, it's either white gold or platinum. I think it's white gold. I think so. But anyhow, that's irrelevant. You've got a 2-tone GMT. Don't sell that. You know what I'd be adding? I would be adding a beautiful 41mm sub date. Okay? Now, I'll tell you why. Because I don't know if you've actually handled these Aquanauts or Nautiluses, but yes, they're steel, and the same thing applies to Royal Oaks as well. Steel Royal Oaks, which I've owned a few. I had a steel one, and I had a 2-tone one, and I had a precious metal AP, a couple ladies as well. They are very delicate. So you think you could wear stainless steel as an everyday watch? This is Patek steel, okay? Yes, it's steel, and it is stronger than their gold models, but let me tell you, it's not Rolex strength or steel, okay? If you're a busy restaurateur, the last thing I would be doing is wearing a Nautilus or an Aquanaut as a daily wearer. No. Much, much, much better. My advice to you would be to get, I tell you what I would get. Now, you're saying you only want 3. Well, look, you know what? As a restaurateur, if you need money, what I would be doing, if you need money, I would be getting some Rolex steel so you could always sell it if business goes shit. You've got 6 children. My God. That is a lot of responsibility. I mean, I don't know how rich you are, but I can tell you this. A lot of restaurateurs I know, they fly by the seat of the pants. When they're making big money, fancy cars, fancy egos, fancy girls, wham, wham, wham. It's just a roller coaster. Man, slow down. If you bought a steel Rolex, you would be at least have something that you could easily cash in if the shit hit the fan. Just having a look at David SW now, we could get a beautiful 116610 LN. That's a 40mm maxi dial for just low 13s. We could get a 41 mil sub date. That's the news. That's like my Submariner. David SW's got it on just under 17,000 US. Okay, so I'd buy that. What else would I buy? You got a bigger budget? You know what? Buy another Rolex. If I were you, I would buy steel sub, because you don't have an all steel. Even that root beer, it's got gold in it. I would want some steel. What else would I buy in steel? I tell you what else I would do. I would probably say get a wind and wear Rolex. You can just simply steel, wind and wear. I'd probably go for a Milgauss. What's that? 13 for a blue, 10 for a black. You know, if you wanted to go cheaper, there's even the white. Actually, the whites are starting to go up a bit now, but that's another. I would get those two. Okay, so that's a Milgauss, a sub-date, steel. Okay, so this is. And let's add one more piece. You know what I'd add as a wild card? I reckon I would go for a deep sea. A deep sea. That's what I would go for. A deep sea or a sea dweller would be good. Just having a look at David SW there. He's got some beautiful. He's got a nice two-tone. You get a nice two-tone. I'd probably go stick to steel. A red sea dweller, just under 19,000. You know what? That I'd call it a day. 3 steel roll. Now the Rolexes are like money in the bank. When your restaurant goes, if things went bad, you've got money. Okay. You don't want to put all of this into one watch, because if you need a little bit, it's a hassle. So I'd get 3 steel Rolexes. That's what I'd do with the 50,000. The other thing is that those Aquanauts and Nautiluses, they are bloody delicate. They are delicate. They aren't pieces which are going to be like a sub. They're nowhere near like that. I think you might have the wrong impression there. Really have the wrong impression, because I can tell you now, they are very, very delicate. So that would be my advice. I would not sell the GMT. I would not be buying a Nautilus or an Aquanaut. I'd be buying 3 steel Rolexes. If any time you need a little bit of money, these are like currency. They're better than money in the bank. Money in the bank is losing value, and these are, you know, if you've got 6 children, man, you're 30s. What the hell have you been doing? You know what they call a restaurateur who works 80 hours a week, don't you? Part-time. I don't know what the hell. How do you find the time? 6 children. My God. Okay, guys, that's my review today. Guys, I am going to. What a beautiful dilemma to have there. Great collection indeed there. Guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Remember, I can't survive on the Google ads. I desperately need more paid reviews. Paid reviews keep me full-time on YouTube. Paid reviews keep me here in the saddle. Guys, paid reviews. Look down below how to organize it. The other thing is Patreon. Patreon allows you to make a small contribution every month to it allows you to come on, pay a small, it lets you interface with the pontiff. I give you special treats. Believe you me, they get special treats. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next one. I'm your pontiff. Hey, guys, ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to introduce a new service to you. ValueYourWatch.com. Proud supporters of ArchieLuxury. No seller's fees, no buyer's fees. That's right, guys. This is a trading platform to buy or sell watches. You can start selling for free. That's right. We advertise our paying subscribers on Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's a global platform. That's right, guys. Get $50 off the annual subscription by applying the coupon Archie when you check in there. But guys, you can try this for free straight away. Guys, you can start listing watches valueyourwatch.com. Give it a try and tell me what you guys think of that.
Feeling me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube.
Hey guys, Archie Luxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.